Yeah, it's gone. So one thing that was interesting from the focus group was like, I asked them what they thought of the name. They're like, it doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't speak to skateboarding. It should be called like Fine Skate or something, which is just their opinion on how they like find it in the app store.
Yeah.
But then I went on and asked them, well, what are your favorite brands? And they're like, Vans, Huff, Nike. It's like, what do those words mean? Like, I don't know. They're just really cool.
Yeah. I know it's not about British guy.
Yeah.
But you've got all these like movements coming out of New York, like fucking Andy Warhol, Downtown Crew, like Buckscare, like just so much like cool, edgy, so many cool things born out of New York City and LA, and I feel like we need to play it up and like leverage off that.
Like the dichotomy between New York and LA is like major street skate markets, but like different style coming out of both of them.
Yeah.
Because I guess like a lot of like other cities around the world, like they can kind of fall into one of those buckets. Is it more like the LA, like kind of like beachy open spaces, or is it like a mega like urban city?
Yeah, I feel like it could be anything, man.
Yeah.
That was just a quick play with like, you know, ESC in New York City, which is pretty cool. So the like brand personality, these were like some four keywords that I thought associated well with the brand, and just like we're like moving ahead with confidence, we're breaking through boundaries, you know, like I feel like that's what skaters do, man. They try to break boundaries, they try to pull out new tricks on new rails, and it's all about innovation, like just moving forward. So I thought that would like encapsulate the brand pretty well, and also like adventurous, uncovering new paths. Like you're always trying to like discover new spots and new things. It's always about this embracing this new journey. So it's adventurous. And skateboarding is social, so like, you know, seeking fun and excitement with friends and not taking yourselves too seriously. It's also a fun element to it. And then, you know, whilst being fun, it's still sophisticated. Like it's still got some class to it. And like, you know, I feel like we should appreciate fine details. Beyond them. These are just some tagline options that we had before.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, I don't know, it's like short and punchy, but it would be cool to like lock a tagline in pretty soon. Like,
yeah. I guess this is more like the brand tagline, so it can be kind of more abstract and edgy as opposed to
like,
prescriptive.
Exactly. Like maybe like these are all prescriptive. Maybe we need to come up with like 6 that are like more abstract or like more. So these were just like some, you know, some swipes of inspiration. So there's like a bit of a range there. I'd love to see like a type exploration. Like I'd love to see like a few different marks, and then. So I think that for me, that's like a good visual brief for like a designer. Like there's some constraints, but they're not too restricted. And then I did a competitive audit on like social apps because I thought, yeah, like you said, they're all embracing like, you know, one of the letters or the first letter or something, just so they can fit in a tile and like. And then this stuff, design approach, design and animation, that's going to come after we get our mark back.
Okay, cool.
Because then we'll start thinking about our palette type system and like, you know, making things in a flexible modular way where we can use it across different platforms and shit.
So just like going back to some like quick thoughts. So I guess we'll both take a run at like some additional taglines for both the brand and the kind of descriptive approaches.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
One thing that they said was like, because I asked them like how within a session, like first of all, how long is a typical session? And it's like how much of that are you actually skating? And it's like 50-50. So I think that like the images of showing them like hanging out at an obvious skate spot are like good. Yeah.
Like loitering at a skate spot.
One thing that you haven't done here is actually show like actual skating, which has actually been like, what was the rationale behind that? I like it. I think skateboarding is like so like fashion conscious and so like brand oriented and so kind of insular that you can make them work and sell to them at the same time.
Totally.
It's pretty crazy.
It's crazy, man.
It's pretty crazy.
I just hope it works.
Yeah. And then they everyone but that one guy liked this, like knowing what your pros were doing, but also like
it could just be an Australian thing to like. I feel like in America, kids would if they knew like Tony was down the road.
Probably. that one guy was like, man, you just seem like really embarrassed. He's like, man, they wouldn't want to skate with me. Like, oh, he's like, who am I?
I think you'd be surprised, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, what if they would though? Would you do it? He's like, I don't know if it would.
Like Nigel like skates his local park, man. And, like, he probably hangs out with all the kids, man.
Yeah. And I told him like that Walker guy was like, half the times he wants to skate with kids because that's how he promotes himself. That's how he gets them all hanging out for his like video part. That's how he promotes his sponsors.
Yeah.
He has to spend time with them. I don't know, like if the sponsor tells him to do that. Spaghetti. What's this?
Just like these days where there's like 100 skaters, but they'll be like Dustin Dolan, and like they'll just. But like, see, these guys can't skate properly, but
yeah,
they're going down there to see the big guys fucking battle and shit.
Yeah. I think what he might have been reacting to was like the idea of like a one-on-one session. But nah, man, totally, dude. You go out and like watch the dudes.
So like, here's a Gronk skate too. No one cares, man.
Yeah. I'm happy like to keep Attaboy Makes as like to post all this documentarian stuff.
Yeah.
But I wonder like, because we probably need to secure like Instagram accounts for like Loke and Facebook and stuff. That shit should probably. Do you think it should show the development, or should it be more about just brand and stuff coming out? I think that Attaboy makes sense for that to show us making something.
Yeah.
But Loke eventually should not be about process anymore. It should be about brand.
Yeah.
It's just like, do we change that over it, or dedicated Loke is always about brand?
I like that idea of like just showing all this conceptual stuff through Attaboy.
Yeah. And
then once we've got solid brand guidelines and stuff, then we start promoting stuff through Loke, but it's like, it's more polished.
It's more polished, yeah.
Like,
because I think Attaboy Makes can be like, we don't have to put that much like resolution on the stuff. It's more about like, this is just what we're making right now, which is the idea for the site, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, because I think when we were last talking about like Greg was going to do, I'm pretty happy with it, but
he thinks that the type's finished.
Right.
I think it looks good, man.
Yeah, me too. I was just wondering.
Yeah. I feel like Attaboy needs to be like, reductive and like mature and like, not saying too much.
Yeah.
Like, and then, Loke can be like edgy, dick belts can be like a dick icon or something, like, we got dick belts by the way.
Oh man. So anyways, I think coming out of that, like of the meeting, it's like he's saying, well, we have outdoor social, we've built a lot of the technology that you want to leverage. We could talk about you guys, but I think the ultimate like win of using those guys, if everything was legit, was that we could have something out really, really quickly, because they reckon they spent a year.
Yeah, right. Later anyway, but I think like all the content's there.
Yeah, I feel like this can be simplified.
Yeah.
And then I'll update some of this shit with these last images. I think they're fine as they are right now.
Yeah, like look good, man.
Yeah, and then so this all kind of holds up until we get to this point, and then it's just like there's nothing in here. I don't think so.
We should in the breakdown like the abbreviated like pitch deck.
I think that we've got to the point where the business plan is like we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We know how it's going to make money. The only reason for us to like really refine it, I think the financial projections are important for us. But we don't really need to refine that shit until we go for VC stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Which is like a year down the line or whatever.
The business plan is basically a thing for us right now, right?
It's for us, yeah.
I
I think the pitch deck, like, if we could rev up on that and just make everything look fucking glorious and have like some real numbers in there, that we could take that to VCs, and when that opportunity came about, we could finish the business plan. But they just want to see that there's potential, and like, is it even saying like, no. Every company's saying that they're going to be profitable by year 3, but the reality is everyone knows that they're not.
It takes a minute to load all the pages. I'm like, scroll down to 40, but it's still like loading at 10, and I'm like,
yeah. The financials is the whole. I think if we can pay someone, or get someone to collaborate to like actually work on finances.
I'm going to transfer the Google Drive to a hard drive as well.
Just about.